Okay, gang, let's talk a little bit about showers off-grid and laundry off-grid. I get asked about these two things quite a bit, and I do have a old antique Maytag wringer washer in my cabin, but let's talk about it nomadic, moving around. Obviously, I'm not going to take a washer and dryer that weighs 200 pounds and with me on the road, and just the space it would take in a bus. So I'll show you what I've come up with as far as showers and laundry that take up very minimal space. All you really need is a 5-gallon bucket and a couple items, and you can use the same bucket for more than one thing. So 5-gallon buckets are king of off-grid and nomadic. You're going to learn to love 5-gallon buckets. So anyway, let's try to answer some questions with that. And I've got some footage I'd worked on a while back. Let's put it together and see if we can't edit it up and answer some of your questions. So anyway, here we go. Hang on. Okay, let's talk about showers and laundry off-grid. 5-gallon bucket, several uses for this. Everybody, I'm sure, has one, probably should have one. You can get a toilet lid attachment to go on top of these, put bags inside of them, use them to dispose of that kind of waste. Carry things in them, take them down to the creek, get water, and bring them back. Get water again if you need it. You've seen my video where I make the water purification stackable water filter. You can use one of the buckets for that. They've got a ton of uses, but this one I painted black. I don't know if you try to find black buckets on the market, but they're really expensive. So what I did is I just took and painted this guy black. I can set this in the sun with water in it, and by the end of the day, late afternoon, I've got nice hot water to take a shower with. So to get to that point, let's talk about the showers. I've gone through a couple of these. Of course, I've been off the grid for well over 10 years, but this style, this particular one is a Rise Pro, but I'm not saying go buy this one. I'm not sponsored by them. I think they're all pretty well the same. These charge up with a USB, and they charge up within probably a couple hours, and you can get probably 10 to 20, maybe 30 showers out of 5-gallon buckets without having to recharge them again. So they last for quite a while. And basically all it is, you have the hose that slides down the top, just threads on. This is just a little cover to keep you from turning it on with it out in the water. Very important, you don't want to turn this on unless it's in the water. So it's got one little waterproof cap over here where you would charge it, again, to a USB, and then the button here to turn it on and off. That's how you're going to probably hear some traffic. We're not too far from a road today. So you put this in the bucket and turn it on while it's underwater. Got a kink here somewhere. Try to get the kinks out. But anyway, it gives you a really nice shower with hot water. This is a game changer. And there's enough in a 5-gallon bucket, and I've got a lot of hair. I can wash my hair, I can soap up, rinse off leisurely. I'm in no rush at all, and you can definitely get a full shower out of a 5-gallon bucket of water. Probably a little bit left over. You can take a luxurious shower, basically off-grid, and let the sun heat up your water for you. Or you could heat it up on the stove, on the campfire, obviously in a metal container as opposed to the plastic bucket, but it works very well. So anyway, that's the shower. let's move along to clothes. Everybody, I'm sure, goes to the laundromat, and I go to the laundromat if I've got anything large. But for just daily essentials, shorts, some unmentionables, socks, t-shirts, maybe even a pair of blue jeans, you can do these in a 5-gallon bucket. And they've got these, again, the name's not important, but this is a Kofohon, Kofohon. These basically just slide over the edge of the 5-gallon bucket. And they've got a max water line. What I'm going to do is top this off. So we're not going to go, the max water line's here, and we're probably 2 inches below that. So now I've got my power inverter running inside the bus. So this is 110 volts. I am going to run it off the power inverter. Of course, the sun's out. We're making more power than we can use. I've actually got my dehydrator running inside right now, also dehydrating some bananas for the girls. But anyway, get this plugged in. Now this comes with a little timer built into this one. 15 minutes is the max. You're not supposed to run them over 15 minutes. We'll probably run this one about 10. But let me get some laundry, and we'll put some Dr. Bronner's in here, and we'll start it up. The reason I said Dr. Bronner's, it doesn't have to be Dr. Bronner's. You can use whatever kind of detergent that you like. I just like using the all-natural soap because at this point, even if you do your laundry, it's still going to be gray water. You can basically dump it on the ground anywhere. Don't dump it in walk paths, and take it away from your campsites. You're not going to make a sloppy mess. And they say you can pour this right into a stream and it won't hurt anything, but I prefer not to chance that. Like, take it somewhere where it doesn't hit, maybe 200 or 300 feet away from any kind of water source. So just keep that in mind. But we're going to throw some of our laundry down in here. Well, keep in mind we don't want to go over our max fill line, because there is an electric motor on the back of this. And it looks like with the 5-gallon bucket, that would be kind of hard to overfill it. So we've got our laundry in there, a little bit of Dr. Bronner's, and we're going to turn this on. And we're going to let this run for, like I say, about 10 minutes. There's an on-off switch on the side. This comes with a warning not to touch the water while this is running, so I'm going to follow it and not touch the water while it's running. You do you, but I would always advise to err on the side of caution. So let me move the camera and I'll give you a look at what's going on inside. It's got a pretty good agitation to it, as you can see. You run inside and we'll see how much power this is actually drawing from the power inverter. Okay, so my inverter said I was pulling 340 watts, and I know for a fact that my dehydrator pulls around 200 watts, so I'm going to guess 150 maybe for this one, maybe a little bit less, but 150, that's pretty minimal, especially for washing clothes. You can see how much dirt that's pulled out of the clothes already. This is five minutes. It's been running for 5 minutes. I'm going to stir this up with my walking stick a little bit. Seems like it's really quit agitating a little bit. Okay, that was the end of our timer, so there's 10 minutes. And I'm going to unplug this from the power inverter, so there's no danger. So we're unplugged here. And I've already got another bucket over here that's got rinse water in it. So let's see if we can get all that in there. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to take this, wring these a little bit by hand, and I'm going to stick them into the rinse water. All right, that's all of that. Now, you're supposed to let these set for 30 minutes after you've used it. So we're gonna let this sit and cool down for a little while. It doesn't really feel warm, but we want this to last as long as possible. So we're gonna let this sit and cool down. I'm gonna slide it over to the new bucket for our rinse bucket. Now you could use the same bucket over and over. I just happen to have 2 buckets here. So this will be our rinse water. And then I'm gonna, while this is cooling off, I'm gonna go ahead and empty this one out and refill it. And what I'm gonna do is rinse in here for a while, and then I'm gonna move them over to another clean rinse bucket, rinsing by hand a little bit. We're gonna let this cool, wait for 30 minutes, and we'll be back. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes or so. I'm gonna take this timer and just set it on a arbitrary number. We're just gonna let it run for a little bit. That's 10 minutes. We probably won't let it go that long, but it has to be set on something before it'll turn on. Turn our switch off at the pump. And I'm gonna plug this back into my power inverter. And then we'll switch the motor on. And we'll just let that rinse for a little while. But I'm going to let that run for 5 or 10 minutes and let it rinse out as best it can, and I'll be back. Okay, these are rinsed. Probably went for about close to 10 minutes. You want to give them a quick wring. Keep as much of the leftover soapy water as possible in that bucket. Give them a quick dunk here. Bring these out again. This is ready to hang up. You hang it up, lay it out on a picnic table on the hood of your vehicle, and just let it dry. It'll dry in the sun just fine. Okay, I hope that was totally informative. I hope you guys learned something. You know, maybe I learned something while I was making it, don't know, but it seems to work. But if you have any questions, you know, leave them down below. Give me a thumbs up, like it, subscribe, please. That helps the channel out tremendously. And if you guys like what you see, if not, then hey, man, thanks for stopping by anyway. But hey, leave comments. I'm trying to get better at answering some of the comments. So I'll get back to you when I can. If I've got signal, if I don't, I'm working on some other projects on top of the bus as well. So it's not the only thing I've got going right now, but I've got some other things in the works there. So check the link below. You'll find the Mountain Man Outdoors website is now active. It's out there. A couple neat handmade products made by yours truly in the bus. Matter of fact, the bus is now our new mobile workshop, 100% working out of the bus. So anyway, thumbs up, like, subscribe. Love you guys, man. God bless everybody, and we'll see you on the next video.